Hello, my name is Tasha Smutney. I am a gold consultant and IATAN card holder. And today we're going to be doing a walkthrough of Vax Vacation Access as a vendor. So the first thing you're going to want to do once you have gotten your access from Archer, it's going to have you log in. And then it's your agent ID and the password that you set up. So first, before we look at specifically how we look up information, let's look at some of the features of Vax. So first, when you look under here, it has all the different products and brands that we offer. So a lot of the vendors are under ALG Vacations together. So we have Apple Vacation and FunJet. These typically are going to have the same inventory and the same pricing for that inventory. Travel Impressions, which is really great for Europe, better than some of the other vendors. We have Southwest Vacations. Blue Sky is always where I go first if I'm looking Hawaii, because they do specialize in Hawaii, and United Vacations. And under ALG, it does give you information about their different programs that they offer. You can get information on their travel protection here with their cancel for any reason and what it covers. There's also a quick reference guide here that you can look up all different things here. I do want to point out they have a Waves Advisor loyalty program that you can register for, and this allows you to earn points so that you can use them for your own trips through any of the ALG vendors. They also have news set up here too. Right, and they have education for you and support. So you can learn everything about all of these vendors through ALG. We can also book Exotica is a group trip or a travel tour program that you can go in, and there's already tours and packages put together. So you can come in and you can look at the different ones they have, like they have Ecuador, a 12-day, Costa Rica, 10-day, South Africa, 10, Uganda, 9. All right, so they have different tours that you can do to sometimes places that we might not necessarily have a lot of people booking, but they also do have Australia, places in Europe, New Zealand. All right, so you can do tours that are pre-made or put together for you. We can also book SeaWorld through here. And again, all of these vendors, when you click them, you can get more information on them. SeaWorld also includes Discovery Cove and Aquatica. Sesame Place is also kind of under that big umbrella, but we can book them separately as well. As well as Busch Gardens. They're all kind of under the same one, but when you come in to book, you can choose the different ones so that you're specifically looking at those. So we have Busch Gardens, Discovery Cove, SeaWorld, and Sesame Place, all under a same like parent company. And then, as I said, Southwest is under ALG, Travel Impressions. We have Travel and Leisure Go. This isn't one that I personally use often, but they do also offer curated itineraries, as well as you're able to put together your own packages. And then the others are covered under ALG Vacations. But if you wanted as well, oh, but we also have Universal Parks. So this is our official vendor for booking Universal. Universal does have its own website for travel agents, the Universal Partner Community, but it will direct you back to Vax to do any booking. So if you're looking for training on Universal, you go to the Universal Partner Community, and that's where all the training is. But you can also get a little bit of information in here. So if you're looking to do your training, that will give you the perks, like your free 3-day, 3-park ticket. You're going to come to universalpartnercommunity.com. You do have to register for it, but it's not hard to register for. And then they have all their training in here. So once you do all that training, it'll show you your perks that you have available through right over here. It says, where are they? Partner perks. So for example, this already shows that I've got my ticket requested for August 13th and that it's complimentary because I get the 3-day for free after doing the training. And that is an annual benefit if you do their update each year, as well as hotel benefits. So I booked at Cabana Bay, so I'm getting 45% off. So that's the one difference with Universal. It's not right on Vax for the training anyway. So I do want to look too at the offer incentives. This is a great place to go if you're looking for, ideas for making a travel ad or just seeing if there's anything applicable to what your clients are wanting to book. So right now it's showing different. Offer Wizard is the first one. So this is a lot for Las Vegas, specific hotels, and what supplier you can get this from. So like this is showing $32. Let me look at that. That doesn't seem like enough per night. Maybe it is. That's a great deal if it is. Or like this one specifically saying dates for Mandalay Bay. Then there's some for Orlando, for Universal. So this just kind of gives you different places, and you can look at the offer wizard so that you can see current offers that are happening that you could use for your client. All right. They've got some in the Dominican Republic, and what's nice about it is it's organized in like chronological order so that you can see when it started and when it's going to end. Then you could either go back to the top under offers and incentives, promotions and advisor incentives, but there's also these tabs, so you don't have to do that. And when you look at promotions, it says, Southwest is having a Southwest Florida sale, and this gives you the book by date in chronological order. So you have to book by today for this sale. But if we scroll down, Travel Impressions is having, a Caribbean Mexico deal, and this has 457 different offers right now. So this is just 1 through 10. So it's great to look in there to see what different offers are being made so that you can see if it's better for you to book with a specific supplier for what your client's looking for, right? And then they also have advisor incentives. So right now, like Atlantis Paradise Hotel in Nassau, there's up to $100 bonus commission per booking. So these are things that you could book for your client and get a benefit for you. Tour Rater, Africa, South America, Central America, Asia, Europe, exclusive offer for Vax agents, win $100 cash bonus. All right. Earn 10% commission, so a higher commission depending on the book, on the different one. Iberostar Hotels, Riviera Maya, earn 2 times your star points for every booking. So if you don't already know this, based on the different hotel brands, you can go in and join their rewards programs, and you just enter your bookings from whatever vendor you used, and you get points yourself for that. So for example, one of those, and I don't know if they have changed it, AMR Resorts travel agent. I know that in here there was an offer. You could go in and I'm able to put in anything. Now they're calling themselves Inclusive Collection instead of AMR, but they haven't changed the website. So anytime I book a hotel here, I can put that in the booking number and I can get rewards points myself for it. So what this is referring to is you're getting double the star agent points with this one. All right. So it's always a good idea to check these different offers and incentives. And then if you go under destinations, it shows you all the different places we can book if you're curious about what's available. And then I love the resource section they have. So first there's an industry calendar. And when you come in here, this is showing this week, like all the webinars that are being offered here on Vax. So they're offering training for us. This is one on Norwegian Cruise Line. Learn how to earn more money with the best value at sea. What if the destination is included? And it's talking about Paradisus by Melia. All right, so this industry calendar tells you when they're offering us live trainings. And then you could learn all about specialty travel, like destination weddings. So if you're hoping to get into more wedding travel, they give you all this information to learn. And like it even tells you, you know, venue options, LGBTQ friendly, accessibility options, wedding packages, all those different things. And then it shows you top tips from different suppliers about booking destination weddings. So like quotes from people who are in this part of the industry, hearing from the experts, turning wedding couples into lasting clients, celebrating all life's moments. So, you know, their destination wedding, then their friends' trips, their anniversary trips. So it gives us a ton of information on that. And it has the same for family travel. I feel like a lot of times we just come into Vax to book, but they give us so many resources, right? So how to protect family travelers, travel documents a single parent family may need. That's like super important, right? International travel with kids, understanding TSA rules. There's a lot about what to do if you have a single parent traveler and how to help them. Making travel accessible for everyone, saying Sesame Street is autism certified center. Recommendations for LGBTQ plus family. There's places in the world that are not safe for LGBTQ families to travel. So it's really important that we know where we can recommend. It talks about choosing family-friendly excursions. So lots and lots of great knowledge and information right here on Vax. Then there's another section, travel resources. So this gives like good info, like foreign entry requirements, information about passports, currency converter, anything CDC health advisories, airport security, traveling with disabilities. So these are just general travel resources. And then I really like this travel inspo kit, the toolkit, because this is giving us digital media to market with, right? So the suppliers will give us different things that we can market with. Universal usually has something in here. All right. And who doesn't want like to contact you when you say bundle and save up to $200? That right there gets people in the door if there's ever a discount, right? 3 days free with a 2-park 2-day ticket. I know they do that. They do, like if they buy a 2-park 2-day ticket, they get 3 more days, which is a huge savings. It even gives you like directions if you're not computer savvy on like how to share on Facebook. So if you're somebody who's like, oh, I don't know how to use Facebook, I don't know how to post pictures or videos, they tell you exactly how to do it. And on Instagram, shareable social media posts. They even give you like a list of, and that had hashtags, but there's also another list of like great hashtags to use. And these are like sentences you could use. You know, you caught the hashtag travel bag in 2020. Let me get you on your way to your next vacation. Do you have a vacation dream that you want to make a reality? Let's do it. Hashtag vacation mode. So you could pick any one of these and copy and paste it and find like a cool looking travel picture or a beach picture. And it doesn't have to be always a specific travel ad that you post. Because that, again, attraction marketing, right? And then they even have, this one says like destination of the day. So maybe you want to do Las Vegas and then find a couple more pictures or fun facts about Las Vegas. And you could do like a destination of the day every day of the week. And they have like a whole bunch ready to use and post. Then they also have like inspirational little memes already put together. Life is short, book the trip. I know some might be hard to see on the Zoom, but travel agents, because Google can't replace firsthand experience. Why use a travel advisor? You get to just show up with your bags packed. I haven't been everywhere, but it's on my list, right? So ready-made, you can use. Then they also give you some funny memes that you could use, like this cruise ship. When you book online, when you book with a travel advisor, this one about travel insurance. I don't need to buy travel insurance. And then in the middle says loses luggage. Guess you don't need luggage anyway, the cat says back. Right? This fat cat, when you see the all-inclusive buffet and then in parentheses says heavy breathing. All right. So it gives you a bunch, but it also tells you how to search for them online. Right? So, and then at the bottom, it has even more things like shareable content, tips for planning a vacation, a guide to St. Petersburg, Florida. So it has like information, and then it has images for you to use. So they give us a lot of content that we don't have to create ourselves. Yeah, there is a Facebook page called Travel Quotes too. That is a good resource as well. Then there's a blog or 2 different blogs in here. And then again, they do have more education too. Supplier training and education. So it has live webinars that you can attend, on-demand webinars that you could watch whenever you have time, and it tells you how long it is. And there's like tons of them. This says there's 53 on demand. Immersive programs. So like ALGV Pro, Apple Leisure Group, and then Universal Vacations Education Series. So they offer a ton. Yes, Kim, Vax is awesome. They have specifically new advisor education. So whether you're new to Vax or new to the industry, this is your first stop. They've got videos. This like tells you how to use Vax. Booking 101, advanced features. So if there's ever something that you're like, I don't know what I'm doing on Vax and why it's not giving me what I want, you could come right in here. And maybe you want to find out about how do I change passenger information or travel components. I know Tasha told me in that training how I retrieve reservations, but I don't remember, right? So advanced options, multi-destination, comparing itineraries, offsetting hotel dates, so making them separate from when the flight dates are. All those things are in here. And then they offer each year a summer school that there's like specific week-long events. And this, they're doing a promotion that you could be entered to win a $50 e-gift card from Vax. You get an entry for every, I think it's live, and every one of the live summer school webinars you attend, as long as you complete the post-webinar survey. And you like the Vax Vacation Access Facebook page. I didn't know they had a page. I'm going to like it right now. But they're offering you to win something just by doing education. And this is all the things they have offered. So it looks like even the on-demand count as part of the summer school webinars. Right? So just like most of our suppliers, they just want to help us. So the Compass is a magazine, but you could come in here to learn stuff yourself, but you could also take these articles and information and post info from them for your clients and for advertising. Club Med announces new ski resort in Japan. That could draw some people, right? But also just on this main page, it has like things they're featuring. Wonders of Paris and London, learn more. Madeira Island, Europe's secret spot. Antigua and Barbuda, become a specialist. Make yourself a destination expert. Links to that Compass. They have the upcoming webinars. View all promotions, the week's best offers. So sometimes it's important to not just come in and book something or make ads, but to look what else they have. So a couple of things up top. New reservation is if you were somewhere else on the page and you just were starting a vacation search, which we're already here to do that, but existing reservations. Now, oftentimes, I don't want to deal with looking up the reservation number. So here's what you can do. I don't have to look up my reservation number to find a booked reservation. If I'm looking for a specific person, I could put their first and last name and when they're leaving if I know that info, or I can just leave this, their minimum booking date. That means as long as it was booked after the 24th of July last year, a year ago, and booked by today. Now, all I have to do is go where it says agent and put your number in. And it will pull up, as long as it says active, all of your trips that people have not traveled on yet. And I learned something new the other day. Oop, that's not right. That's everybody's trips. I was going to say, I didn't really book that many. I should only have 2 on there right now. But that's like everybody in our whole agency's trips. Just two, Kim, just two right now. I mean, they're pretty big ones though. I mean, they're pretty big ones. So if I need to go into somebody's to make a payment or something like that, I don't have to look up their booking number or anything. I can just come in, I can pull up their booking. But what I learned this week that I didn't know, you can export this to your computer. And all I did, mine on a Mac shows up down here. And what I did, I just dragged it up to my drive. And it's, let's see. Let me go with recent, though I have a lot of stuff in here. And I saved it as Vax Vacation. So I can see this, and then I do everything on Google Docs, not on, because I have a Mac and I don't have Windows. But this, when you do Google Docs, you can access it on any computer too. So if you can sort this by their payment due date to make sure that you're not missing them. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just, like, once it's paid, I'm gonna like put a color there or something like that, so I know when it's paid. All right. But this is a super awesome way that you can organize it. And I only realized this Saturday when I was doing the training, so that's why all of my Vax trips aren't in there. But what's really cool is I can just pull this up by clicking the number too. And now I have everything I need. Vax likes to go extra slow when I'm on a training. So that you know what I do, once I've booked it, you have everything here. You can come in whenever you're adding a payment. So you don't have to wait. I don't have to wait and pay the $14,500 till November. If they want to make payments, you can come in and make any payments you want. Now you can also on Vax, this is both when you're booking and when you're making a payment, it allows up to 10. So if a group is going, you could make payments with different credit cards. Which I don't know if you knew that or not. So you can do up to 10 different credit cards, right? Or if a client needs to split this amount, you know what? Maybe they're going to put some on a credit card, some on a debit card. They can split that amount. When you come in here, it says comments and preferences. You can request special services. It does make a note. It's not guaranteed. Additional fees may apply. But like if I needed to put something in here, like wheelchair needed at airport, or food allergies, or prefer adjoining rooms, something like that. Now, anything like that, I would also still call the suppliers to make those requests. But it also shows like the internal comments essentially is everything that happened with this reservation. So the hotel assigned and confirmation. So here's that hotel confirmation number. So when you're looking for specifically the hotel, it's right in there. Though there's two different numbers, so I'm not always 100% sure which is which. But yeah, as Kim just said, a paper trail of now this all happened the day I booked it. All right. The travel protection, their final payment email reminder was queued up. Their air confirmation. Yeah, so This, I think, are the numbers assigned by VAX, whereas this is the number assigned specifically by the hotel. So if I were to call their resort, I would use this number. And then there's updated reservation. This is any changes that were made outside the booking itself. That's more internal. But this I did not know until I called VAX the other day. You can change things right in here. So my friend wanted, it's not this booking, but we originally booked Universal, just a regular standard room. And then she was looking at the website and said, can we actually upgrade it to a suite? And when I got on the phone with the Universal rep, she's like, you can do that online, right? And I was like, no, I didn't. But you go under modifications, change component. And at the hotel, you can see the new pricing right for the different rooms, and you can change it yourself, which I did not know. All I did was I made a new reservation, like a new mock booking to get the price for my friend that I was booking for. You can copy the reservation. So if you're making this reservation again for somebody, again, that history is the same as the other one. And then there is a spot to cancel if you needed to cancel. All right. And then up here, this is where you find important information like what's my commission, right? So I can't make a change here because I've already made this booking, but this is the original price and commission. And I just added $200. Because I was a good amount under their budget. So I gave myself a little bit more, but still stayed under their $16,000 budget. But if it were a new booking and you hadn't made it yet, you can change it there. And I'll show you that after. And then also in this little box, it's also great that you can see the per person price. If somebody was telling you, oh, I can spend about $1,500 per person, or whatever the case was, you can see it more. But when you click email print itinerary, I typically don't send this right to the client only because it's coming from Archer and FunJet. What I'll do is either I'll copy and paste it directly from here, or I'll email it to myself and then copy and paste, edit what I want it to include my logo, all those kinds of things. But I always make sure to send this right after I make the booking because I want them to double check the spelling of their names, especially if there's flights involved. Because even if you've got them right, I always make the client double check so that it's on them if there was a mistake and they didn't tell me. But this gives you their whole itinerary, and I usually just copy and paste it. So like it looks like something like this that has my logo with my phone number and then the exact information from VAX, but branded by me. And then I send that to them. And then I'll do the same thing when anytime they make a payment, but especially final payment. So it shows that zero balance here. But then they do have the flight one go. I must not have included the flights when I copied that one. That's okay. Because I sent them another one with the flights anyway. But it has their airline confirmation number too. So sometimes people like to go in themselves and pre-purchase if baggage is included or something like that. But VAX pretty much gives you everything you need in order to do that. But if we were to look how that happens when you're actually booking a trip, I'm just going to do something random and just pick something. And I'm going to do more than one room so that I can show you how you pick different rooms in that reservation. We'll do Thanksgiving week. So one of the great things with Vax is they give you a good amount of info about the resort you're looking at. You can do it, Vax. The good news is when it is taking a while, that means it's finding something. If it spins and pops up super fast, usually it's flights aren't available or something like that. All right. So you can change flights. I do not typically book the non-refundable changes and upgrade and seat selection not available. Anything that says basic, I usually upgrade to at least regular economy, just because that's more complicated when you book a basic. But as you can see right now, they have this summer savings 23 promotion going on right now. So that's one of those things that we would have found in the promotions. But if I'm curious about it, I can click it, save up to $200 per booking based on 5% off the hotel portion of the booking. So 5% off doesn't seem like a lot, but it's a decent amount. So we're starting with 96 hotels, which is a lot to sort through. So I always like to use the filters. What's great here is typically you're not going to find below a 3-star hotel on Vax. So if you are looking like booking a cheap hotel for a friend, Vax might not be your best option if somebody's got a super low budget for something, because they do start at least a three-star hotel. So I don't usually click anything there. I'm usually here for all inclusive, so I always click that. That's going to bring it down to 77 anyway. It's very rare that somebody doing a tropical all inclusive doesn't want to be right on the beach, so I'll click that. And maybe they want adults only. Adults only is going to limit this down to 13. But also I add the one I'm working on right now, they specifically wanted golf in their area. So if they're looking for something specific, like they want to go somewhere that there's snorkeling, they want, certain things available, there's other things there. If they want one with a casino or they want children's amenities, that kind of a thing. And then typically, they're going to sort this by preferred first. You can change it lowest to highest, whatever you want to sort it to, closest to the airport if that's important to them. For the case of this, I'm just going to click the first one in a moment. But a lot of times you'll see these here, exclusive perks included, upgrade bonus special. So select this resort and step up the stay and you bump up your pay with bonus commission. Group ease, so it's good for groups, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. Instant OTA price match. They will price match if you find something or the client finds something, say on Expedia, and it's the exact same thing. Now it has to be exactly the same, meaning the exact same flights at the same category of flying, the exact same hotel, the exact same type of rooms, all of that has to be the same. But if you can have a screenshot of that final page and the final page on Vax, and it's the same price or if it's less, they will price match it. And that's on most of the things on Vax. And then a contracted Connect hotel features specifically negotiated rates. Now there is one, let me see if there's any here. There's one that I'm careful not to book because sometimes it's a discount for the client, but also for our commission. So I do check these when there's things here, because one of them like lowers our commission because they're giving a deal on the hotel. As far as price match, I've never needed to price match. I think they at least meet it. They at least meet it. I don't know if they beat it. But the benefit of if they at least meet the same price is that your client now has you and your direct access to the vendor if anything goes wrong. Whereas if they book themselves on Expedia for the same price, they've got no one. And they're not going to reach a person. And maybe someone else booked that same room and they get there and there isn't one. I'm not seeing that one. I saw them a lot when there was Black Friday deals, that they had ones that had a really big discount, but it also discounted our commission. So just hover over these and make sure it doesn't lower your commission when you're picking. And then it gives, you know, it tells you what's the perks are of that one right now too. So I'm just going to click the name of the hotel. And what that does, it brings up all the pictures that are here. Dreams is a pretty nice brand. And they're not the most expensive, but they're up there. Look at that nice kids club room if they were going with kids. And it also lists all the current promotions. Like there's all these promotions right now. And you can click on each one to see more details about it. And then it gives basic details, the location, any advisories. This is basically saying, due to changing weather, the ocean conditions, the beach shape and characteristics may vary. Pretty much anywhere in the Caribbean, that's going to happen. 3 p.m. check-in, 12 p.m. checkout, minimum age, somebody has to be 18 in the room, what's required for check-in, spring break policy, student groups are not allowed at this hotel. I had someone traveling in March and they specifically said they wanted hotels that didn't allow spring breakers. Transportation, it tells you 49 miles from the airport. You can see how big it is, 305 rooms total. There's a section about amenities, what they offer. Now, anything that has like a little icon, you're going to check what that means. Typically, it means fees apply. But they do list if it's offsite, so you know if it's not available right there. Then you can look at the different types of room. And what's great is it tells you how much more total per stay if you upgrade. So this is a deluxe pool view double, but if they're a couple and they want a king bed, it's $27 more. Or marina view, or ocean view, preferred club level. No, it's not per night. It says price per stay. That's the total increase for the whole stay. And the further down you get, the higher up these rooms are going to be. So like preferred club swim out king is only $423 more for the whole stay. That's not a lot. Now, if you want the honeymoon hot tub marina view king, it's $1,800 more per stay. Or the family suite deluxe pool view, right? But now we're talking 6 people in that one room. We could do one room instead of both of these rooms for this group. And they do have a preferred club at Dreams, which just gives them access to different things and stuff like that. I'm just going to stay with what it is for the purposes of this. I'm not really making a booking, but it also does dining, activities. Oh, I went too far. It's because I clicked it. It tells you what there is for dining, activities. Let me go back. And it also has TripAdvisor reviews right here. So you can at least see the most recent reviews, which are all at least 3 up to 5. Now, what I typically do is I copy and paste the name of this resort. I do Google it. I look at other reviews, and I will go to the website of this resort because I want to make sure that the description on their website is what I tell the client it is. Sometimes it'll say queen bed in Vax, and it'll say double bed on the website. So you need to just make sure that you have the accurate room descriptions because they're not always exactly the same. All right, so once you select your resort, you can do it, Vax. I know you can. Once you select your resort, because I didn't do anything with flights, it's going to ask me to choose. All right, so I mean, this is a nonstop flight. I'm just going to go from Blue Basic up to Blue. Because as I said, I don't like to book any flights that say basic. Because that includes like, you can't even look at seats. You can't, sometimes some airlines, you have to pay for a carry-on. And over here, you can make choices. Like, let's say they wanted just nonstop. So I would click that. There's only one option. Again, I'm going to go with the Blue class instead of Blue Basic. And then now it has everything here. So this is actually pricing it because I did 2 people and 4 people. It's giving this second room a preferred club room. So again, we have this box here, but I'm not gonna do anything on this page. I'm gonna go to checkout because that gives me more options. You can't add travel insurance until the checkout page. You can change the types of rooms on the checkout page. Sometimes, depending on the resort, they automatically choose those. But it typically only lets you choose the first one. So I'm going to scroll down to that second room first. So it looks like any of the family rooms are only preferred club. So I feel like if I'm booking somebody with someone else, I feel like they need at least a preferred club as well. I don't want like one group preferred club and one group not. So it's only $183 more. So I would click that and it's going to make those changes for me. It's working. I was going to click the next thing, but I know that it'll stop me before I do. So when you scroll down past all the information, you're going to make sure you always double check that there is transportation here. Typically, when you book with FunJet or Apple, or you're booking to the Caribbean on Vax, they include it. They do not include it for Hawaii. Tell you later the story of how I found that out the hard way. But it includes our transportation. And then the blue box is where you can choose travel protection. Now we're talking for the only part that's different when you choose between full travel credit and cash refund is if they cancel. All the coverage is still the same, except for cancellation. So with the full travel credit, if they cancel, they get a credit to book again. Whereas if they choose cash refund, they get their money back. But this is almost double the price. It is, it is double the price. It's more than double the price per person. So I usually quote the full travel credit. Because no one's hoping to cancel. They're just hoping for all the other protection as well, right? It does give you an option for rental car if people want them. And then where you put all the information in for the clients. Now you can, the primary first person is where you need more information than everyone else, but you can put passport, expiration dates. Known traveler number is if they have a TSA pre-check number. And you would choose the United States. So you can get all that information and put it in at the time of booking. You can also add it later. You can add this later. But the sooner you add it, it gets added to the flight information for you too. So that's nice. Now, if I want to see my commission and see if I want to add, we go up here. Again, it's showing me how many days till departure, the basic price, the adult base price, the options we added, the 330 is the transportation and upgrade, travel protection, and then that $200 off for their savings. So this is now up to $10,625. And if I click booking administration, it's going to tell me my commission. So this commission is at $999.41. We like to try to get this to 10% of the total if you can, if you're within budget or under budget, if that change is not going to make a difference. So let's say I add $100. Notice this went up $90 because your commission didn't go up all the way. It went up. The total price went up $100 and your percentage went up based on it being $100 more. So now I am at about 10%. Let's say their budget was 11,000. I'm under their budget. If you're not under budget, don't add. And if you're not sure, talk to your mentor about when you should add and when you shouldn't. Okay. I mean, I've had times that I'm like really far under budget and the commission was super low and I added like $1,000. But it depends on the situation. But this is also a holiday week for 6 people to go. I feel like under 11,000 is pretty good. It's over Thanksgiving. And then the other thing I want to make sure you can see, it's going to show you your most recent right here, and you can save this itinerary. So I'm just going to save this as training 2.
I'll bring it to you.
This way, when I'm making quotes for my clients and I'm doing multiple resorts or locations, I can come back in now and go to retrieve save itineraries. And so this has like all the ones I've saved and it tells you the date it expires. So basically they give you 2 weeks that those saved itineraries are here. Now it doesn't save the price. If the price changes, the price changes, right? But I need to go back into these today because on my quote that I'm ready to present, I didn't write down for myself the deposit amount. So I just need to go in there and get those. So all I have to do is click go. It'll tell me if anything changed when I come in, because things do change very quickly in the travel industry. It's the spinning wheel of VAX. Always. But it's super easy to save itineraries and check them. So I have no red messages up here, which means that nothing has changed. So I can scroll down. And now I can see that their deposit's going to be $2,879.74. and their final payment date is December 21st. The other thing Vax lets you do is if you've got more than one here, oops, you can click them and you can compare them to each other. So I don't have more than one right now, but it'll bring them up so you can compare pricing and all different things like that. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click here for groups.
I'm gonna put it in here. Thanks.
Oh, I
So you can
I'll drink it. Thanks.
you can do a specific brand or vendor for groups. And then there's a group ID once you've made a group booking. But they allow a few different things here. So they have something called Group Ease, which I believe starts at only 5 rooms. Like they said at convention, they said 5 to up to 25 rooms, or they can do a traditional contracted group where you do a request form. Either way, you're going to talk to the group people and figure out what's the best to do. But it's nice that they have Group Ease because that allows smaller groups. But pretty much all of these vendors will do that. Universal has something separate. You have to go to their group vacation page or call the group specialist. They don't have Group Ease. You do have to have the 10 or more guest rooms. Okay. But all of these other ones do have Group Ease. So you can do that smaller group. There's a request form, or you can call someone and talk to them about it, or email them to get information. And then learn more about traditional contracted groups or Group Ease. So if we pull it up. So flexibility, including departure, gateway, and travel dates. So that means not everyone in the group has to go at the same, like leave the same time. Groups may qualify for traditional comps, no group contract or deposit, flexible travel protection. This says book online 24/7, 365 days. And then there's, you request a Group Ease promo code. And then it shows you the booking discount based on the booking total. So minimum of 5 rooms required. Minimum of 5 rooms required for discount. These are the non-bonus hotels. You still get a Group Ease discount. It's less, but you still get it. And then it has all the information that you need. And the same for traditional contract groups. Where was that? I am not a group booker yet. I would like to be a group booker. So this is 10 or more rooms, and you have to request a quote for that. Either way, I would recommend calling and talking to them if you haven't done group bookings before, or talking to one of our platinums that does a lot of group bookings. Me too, Kim. I would love to do groups. And I was told, well, if you want to do groups, advertise more group travel and advertise yourself as a group travel agent, right? So those are the basics of Vax and everything you're doing, more than just the basics. We do have the last thing here. They do offer advanced search. So when you come in here, we have our general things we always do, but you can search, you know, a specific airline, or if your client is asking for just first class flights, you can also already filter it to no stops. But let's say they say, I only want to fly American Airlines. But you could also not choose an airline and change the cabin preference. You can also come here and choose a specific hotel or choose a brand of hotels. So if you're just looking, we were looking at Dreams. I could come here and choose just Dream Hotels and Resorts. You can choose the rental car ahead of time. So there are advanced searches so that you can, if you don't want to have to click different things and sort through things. And they do have multiple destinations. What I found in Vax is their destinations are more big city tourist centers. So like if I'm doing Europe and my clients want to go and see the less popular touristy places and experience the culture more, or want to go to a more rural or small city, I'm not going to find it on Vax. And that's when I'll do something different, like putting together a room res itinerary. But you can come in here, do air, hotel, multiple stops, where they're departing from to start, and then the departure date, where they're going, and how many nights they're going to stay there. And then you choose if they need a flight or not. Maybe they just need a hotel. Maybe they're traveling to destination 2 by train, or they're getting a rental car, so they don't need to fly between locations. And then you can add as many destinations as you want and how many nights they're going to stay there. So if I chose, let's see, Acapulco, and they're staying 3 nights, see how they're leaving August 7th? They already put the next date for me, August 10th. So I haven't booked multiple destinations on here, but you can, and you can arrange if they need a flight or not. Okay. And then the last thing, I booked a trip once where they were doing, the family was traveling from 3 different cities to start. And what I did, they happened to be, each city they were flying from had their own room. So it worked out that I could quote each one separate. But when I actually booked it, I called into FunJet to book it, and they were able to make it essentially one booking with sub bookings within it for the different flights. So if you have a family that's starting in different places, you can arrange that. It's just easier to do it by calling in to get either a quote or to book it. So I'm going to stop the recording.